What is going on, my patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of Joe's News and Views, also known as Conservative News and Views. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor. Go ahead on and hit that like button. Go ahead on and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell all the way up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. With that being said, let's get into this. Now, guys, before I go and do this and talk about this subject, I do not want the Me Too Mafia. I don't want the freaking Rainbow Coalition. I don't need the freaking super feminists and all this stuff on my ass, because this is just going over what has been done legally and how this man was able to pull off the Houdini. Now, again, everybody that is involved in the case that said they are a victim, I'm not here to judge you. This is your story. This is your truth. This is what we're going to go by, because everybody knows that only you, yourself, and the person involved know what happened. So, with that being said, since I done cleared that little uh disclaimer, we gonna jump into this shit. So let's talk about Bill Cosby. Remember, I don't know if anybody followed me when this happened, when I was starting to rock about 2 years ago, and I just started getting my feet wet in YouTube and especially on Periscope. I had said that Bill Cosby was going to be able to get out of this mess and not serve the full 10 years. Everybody was like, oh no, Joel, you don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. I said it's going to come back to that same debt position that he had an agreement with the prior prosecutor. Everybody was like, nah, that ain't gonna happen, Jack. It's a new prosecutor in town and he got authority. I said, okay, we'll see. Well, in the court system, when you go to jail, you don't get an appeal just like that. That's like a 1 to 2% chance. It takes, at the quickest, he was lucky to get it before the end of his sentence. Most people don't even get it like that. But he was able to get that appeal on the technicality. Because, see, when Bill first did this lawsuit back in the day of 2005, Bill was going to pay the victim a little bit of money and call it a day. Well, the district attorney didn't want that. At the time, the district attorney was like, listen, man, you going to get this deposition. We want to hear the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It ain't going to be used against you. You won't get retried. This is in writing. This is the contract. And you could throw out the money that you're going to throw. And so that's when Bill Cosby, with that previous prosecutor, went and told what he felt. He talked about everything he did. And yes, it was incriminating. Believe that. It was very incriminating. But, he was told that he would not get retried. So that's why he went ahead and confessed with what he could confess with. Now, fast forward until we get to 2015-ish. Here Bill Cosby get hit with this new prosecutor who hearing all these women Me Tooing, talking about what happened to them while they was chilling with Bill Cosby, and going back on footage where Bill Cosby has even dropped, guilty speeches about dropping Quaaludes. They were like, yo, we got to do something with this cat. We got to get justice for these women. So they went to this case blindly. They went and thought on a hunch that they would never get a chance for a judge, especially a higher court judge, to overturn what happened. But what happened is that the prosecutor that did this did not have the common uh, sense to understand that this was a wishing on a star case, because sooner or later, if they didn't have it airtight, this was going to happen. So what we know so far is that the Supreme Court overturned this over there in Pennsylvania, said that he was not given a fair trial, and he wasn't, because it was in the contract. If all the lawyer, and I don't even know how that trial judge was blindly not to see that. If you saw that in the contract, I would have told him we ain't got a case. We're wasting our time. But I understand. Me too. You know, the pressure. We got to get somebody to make them feel warm and fuzzy inside. You know what I'm saying? Not no offense to the women. It's just that they had to do something because they would have looked fool out here. Well, if they would have just only done that, they probably could have maybe done something to where these women would have got some type of closure the right way. So now he is free. He would no longer ever get prosecuted for this unless he do something new. But with these same women that alleged that he did what he did, he's never gonna get prosecuted for it. Now he's chilling in his mansion, and he'll probably die, and that'll be it. Sad but true. But the whole point of the matter is that when you do these cases, you got to make sure that you know what you're doing. Give me 1 second. Give me one moment, guys. Hold on. Taking a quick break. Oh, you got it. I was gonna go get it. All right. So this is what they said was gonna happen with Bill Cosby. Now, in fact, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna let y'all see the video. Hold on for a second. Let me bring this in so y'all can hear what the people are saying, the experts are saying so far about Bill Cosby. Hold on.
Bill Cosby walked free today after the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania overturned his assault conviction, leaving his accusers stunned. Cameras captured Cosby returning to his home outside Philadelphia just hours after the ruling came out. The judges pointing to a vast violation of Cosby's due process rights in the decision. So what happened? Well, more than a decade ago, a prosecutor decided not to charge the actor. Cosby then agreed to testify in a civil case, and during that admitted to giving quaaludes to a woman he was pursuing. That became key evidence in the subsequent criminal trial. The judge's ruling that should not have been used, writing, "He must be discharged, and any future prosecution on these particular charges must be barred. We do not dispute that the remedy is both severe and rare, but it is warranted here, indeed compelled." They say he cannot be retried on these same charges. His attorneys said today he never should have been charged in the first place. Bill Cosby came out of his house with his
All right, I'm back. I don't know what happened. Let me go replay that again, guys. I got a disconnection. I don't know what just happened. Hold on. That was very weird.
Bill Cosby walked free today after the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania overturned his assault conviction, leaving his accusers stunned. Cameras captured Cosby returning to his home outside Philadelphia just hours after the ruling came out. The judges pointing to a vast violation of Cosby's due process rights in the decision. So what happened? Well, more than a decade ago, a prosecutor decided not to charge the actor. Cosby then agreed to testify in a civil case, and during that admitted to giving quaaludes to a woman he was pursuing. That became key evidence in the subsequent criminal trial. The judge's ruling that should not have been used, writing, "He must be discharged, and any future prosecution on these particular charges must be barred. We do not dispute that the remedy is both severe and rare, but it is warranted here, indeed compelled." They say he cannot be retried on these same charges. His attorneys said today he never should have been charged in the first place. Bill Cosby came out of his house with his lawyers today, who talked to reporters there. Cosby was silent, but later gave an interview to a radio station.
This is for all the people who have been imprisoned wrongfully, regardless of race, color, or creed. Because I met them in there. People who talked about what happened and what they did. And I know there are many liars out there.
His accuser in this case, Andrea Constand, said she is disappointed. And hopes it does not discourage other women from coming forward. In 2018, a jury convicted Cosby of 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault against Constand. Constand accused him of drugging and sexually assaulting her in his home outside Philadelphia back in 2004. Bill Cosby has denied all accusations of wrongdoing and said his contact with Constand was consensual. He served 2 years of his 3 to 10 year sentence. More than 60 women have accused Cosby of misconduct, ranging from groping to sexual assault to rape, going back decades. And at the time, the Cosby conviction was widely considered the first major win for the Me Too movement. David Henderson, now civil rights attorney, former prosecutor, CNBC contributor. David, where does this case go from here, if anywhere?
Well, Shep, I think the basic answer is nowhere. In theory, it could be appealed to the United States Supreme Court because it does involve a federal question as to the law, but the Supreme Court's very unlikely to take this case up because it largely circles around state law. So I think that this is it. Bill Cosby's not going to face prosecution.
It's likely shocking for many in the public to read on social media. It was. Were you surprised?
All right, guys, I am back. So unfortunately, because I have a low battery today on my portable computer, because I didn't want to have my big computer out here and everything's going woo. But either way it goes, the moral of the story is that this all seems like to me that they're flip-flopping against rights, against male masculinity, and they're trying to also, it seems like in a way, put women in a box. Think about this now. This is now they done chewed enough as they can on masculinity against men, especially white males. We've seen it in the news. We've seen it everywhere. And now they are moving on to chewing on females now, because this was Me Too movement. This was supposed to be a air shut tight case. This was supposed to be their grandioso. This was supposed to be their meaning of, hey, we are strong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, like I said, not knocking no woman that's been through this, really, because that is some messed up stuff. But what I'm saying is that at the time, a lot of that Me Too movement was being just like the BLM movement, the NFAC, who's now no longer active because their Grandmaster Jay is in jail on federal charges. All allegedly, all this stuff now is coming out to the light. Okay, it's like all these movements are not what they were supposed to be, and it's like now, okay, we went through that phase, discredited. Now, do I feel like that uh, Bill Cosby should be held accountable based upon the statements he made on that deposition in 2005? Hell to the fuck yeah, I do. But do we go and make our own justice by going around the laws of the land? No, we don't. Because we always know what it happens. It always ends bad. It always puts a stain on the objective you were trying to achieve. Now, besides that, Bill Cosby is old now. I'm quite sure he is going to be trying to spend his last days trying to be out the limelight. But again, this is what happens when you go after these cases trying to get a conviction, because everybody is pissed off and wants justice because it's the hottest thing on the press, and you ain't got your ducks in a row. This what happens a couple of years later when you think you got the V. So again, guys, please jump in the comments, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Please donate, cash out. Shout out to the last cash app I got from Quantez. Man, I appreciate you. Did not forget about that. Thank you very much. Guys, I'm telling you, this is what keeps the channel going. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big YouTuber. This month I didn't even make enough to clear a check from YouTube, and it's cool. It's life. But if you can, please donate. It helps with the studio. It helps me be able to experiment, to give you guys what y'all need. Shout out to the Proctor family. Gotta put that out there for the interview we did. It was fantastic. We got Glenn County's attention a little bit. It is going all over the place. Guys, like I said before, I don't do this for no fame. I do this to help the victims, because the victims need a voice. That's why I'm so passionate. I'm so passionate this morning. My wife getting on my butt for hanging out all day on here. So this probably be the only time I throw something up today. I'm taking the day off. Really, I'm going to try to focus on some stuff around the home, try to get some things organized, and I'll probably hit y'all back up early Friday morning and give y'all the business then. All right, guys. I love you guys. Take care of yourself and each other. I'm out.